In this video, I'm about to share with you 3 tests that you can do at home or under the supervision of your doctor that may very well determine how long you're going to live and how well you're going to be living at that time. Hello, my name is Dr. Robert Bartosh of Proactive Wellness and Injury Center, and the information I'm about to share with you comes from a study that was published in 2014 in the British Journal of Medicine. And in the medical journal, they stated that there was research that was done back in 1999. And at that time, they took 53-year-old individuals. These people in the research or in the study were 53 years old at the time. There was approximately 1,300 men and 1,400 women. And at that time, they conducted 3 tests on them to see how well they performed each of these tests. And based upon the results, they could determine then the quality or how long you were going to be living. At the end of 13 years, back in 2012, they then looked at the results of this, and they found that the people in 1999, the men and the women that performed these 3 tests very, very well, were still alive in 2012. However, what was alarming was that all of the people that performed the tests poorly were not alive in 2012. So therefore, they deducted that these 3 tests are very powerful indicators as to how long an individual is going to live and how well he or she's going to be living at that time. Now look, I want you to understand that you don't have to wait until you're 53 years old to do these tests. You can, regardless of what age you are, you can do these tests now again in your own home or under the supervision of your doctor. And the point, though, is that if you're younger than 53 and you're not able to perform any of these tests well, regardless of whether it's just one or all 3, you really need to see your doctor. Or, someone, a wellness practitioner, I should say, a holistic practitioner, who can identify the cause of the problem. Because clearly, if you're not able to perform these tests well, your body's letting you know that there is a problem. And if that problem at the age that you're doing this test is not resolved, if it's not corrected, then logic dictates it's going to get worse and worse, and your possibility or your potential for living a long and a healthy life is certainly going to be diminished. So these tests were simply these 3, and I want to give you the official titles actually. The one was called the standing and sitting. It's called the chair test, and what you have to do is this. You have to sit and stand up. You have to literally lower yourself and raise yourself up. Now, that doesn't mean you drop and then jump up and drop and jump up. You lower and raise yourself. Now, for a man, you have to do this in order for it to be a good test. You have to do it at least 39 times in a minute. Be able to do it 39 times in a minute. For a female, for a woman, you have to be able to do this or perform this function at least 36 times in a minute. 36 times. Now, the second test is the balance test. What you've got to be able to do is to stand on one leg, to balance yourself on one leg with your eyes closed for at least 10 seconds or longer on both feet, on one leg at a time. So again, you balance yourself with your eyes closed for at least a 10-second or longer period on one leg at a time. The third test is a grip test. And the grip test is testing the strength that you have in each hand, gripping something. You should be able to grip or force a grip or have a force of a grip of up to 54.5 kilograms. That's about 120 pounds of pressure in your grip. Now, what we're saying here, or what they're saying in this test, is you should have an equal grip in both hands, and they should be relatively strong. By relative, it should be at least 30% of your body weight in pounds. So if you weigh 100 pounds as a female, your grip should be at least 33 pounds, maybe 35 pounds of pressure or force you should be able to generate. That's how the test is. So again, there's 3 tests. One's the chair test, where the man should be able to sit down and rise up at least 39 times in a minute. For the female, it should be 36 times in a minute. Then there's the balance test, where you close your eyes, standing on one leg at a time, maintaining your balance for at least a 10-second or longer period. And the third test, which we've just covered, is the grip test, or the grip test, where you should be able to squeeze something with at least about 25 to 30% of your body weight in pounds and pressure. Those three tests. Now, if you've passed these three tests, then this research states that you should, again, at least enjoy another 13 or 14 years of quality living from the point from which you've tested yourself. And if you're not able to perform these tests in a relatively good fashion, as we've alluded to in this video, then you really need to see someone. You need to see a wellness or wholeness practitioner who can identify the cause, because your body is not functioning in the way it should, and it's letting you know that there is a problem that is developing and worsening over time. Well, I hope that this information has been beneficial, and certainly if you find that it has, I invite you to subscribe to our web channel, which is Proactive Wellness. Again, I want to thank you for viewing this, and until the next video, God bless.